Sometimes the greatest lessons in life come from the simplest things you've ignored your whole life. Ethan had always been good at his studies. His teachers praised his sharp mind, and his classmates admired how quickly he understood things. But despite all this praise, there was a quiet storm inside him, one that no one else could see. Every night, before going to sleep, Ethan asked himself the same questions. How can I become the best? How do people become truly successful? What if I never achieve anything great? These thoughts didn't motivate him, they frightened him. The more he thought about success, the more pressure he felt. Slowly, the cheerful, lively Ethan began to disappear. He stopped meeting his friends, stopped playing outside, and spent most of his time sitting alone in his room, lost in worry. His grandpa noticed this change. He had seen Ethan grow from a bright, joyful little boy into a thoughtful young teenager, and he could tell something was troubling him deeply. So, one warm afternoon, when the sun was soft and the breeze gentle, Grandpa called Ethan to sit beside him in the garden. The garden was Ethan's favorite place when he was younger. He would run around the flowers, chase butterflies, and laugh freely. But today, he walked slowly, his eyes fixed on the ground. "Ethan," Grandpa said gently, "you've been unusually quiet these days. You hardly smile anymore. What's going on in that busy mind of yours?" Ethan sighed and sat down beside him. "Grandpa, everyone expects me to be successful. People say I must achieve something great, but I don't know what path leads to real success. I want to be the best, but I don't know how, and it scares me." Grandpa didn't answer immediately. Instead, he reached for a small pencil lying on the table beside him. It was plain, simple, nothing special. Ethan looked at it with confusion. "Do you see this pencil?" Grandpa asked, holding it up. "Yes," Ethan replied softly. "But what does a pencil have to do with my problem?" Grandpa smiled, a warm, understanding smile. Ethan raised his eyebrows. "A pencil teaching life lessons?" He leaned closer, curious. Grandpa held the pencil between his fingers. "Lesson 1," he began, "is about guidance. A pencil cannot write on its own. It needs a hand to hold it, guide it, and help it create beautiful words. In life, we also need guidance. We grow by learning from teachers, parents, elders, and even friends. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise." Ethan nodded slightly. He had never thought of guidance in that way. He always felt he needed to do everything alone to prove he was strong. Grandpa continued. Lesson 2. Sharpening. A pencil becomes dull over time, and to write better, it must be sharpened. That sharpening hurts the blade, cuts away the wood, but without it, the pencil becomes useless. And then, in your life, challenges, struggles, and painful moments are like sharpening. They may hurt, but they make you better, clearer, stronger. Don't fear difficulties, Ethan. They are shaping you. Ethan looked down at his hands. He remembered the times he had faced problems and felt like giving up. Maybe those moments weren't failures. They were sharpening moments. Grandpa gently tapped the eraser of the pencil. Lesson 3, he said, is about mistakes. When a pencil writes something wrong, it can erase it and start again. In life, you will make mistakes, everyone does. But mistakes aren't the end. What matters is that you learn from them and correct your path. You're still young, Ethan. Don't be afraid of being wrong. Asterisk. Ethan felt a small smile forming on his lips. He had always been terrified of failure, but hearing Grandpa's words made his heart feel lighter. Grandpa then pointed to the wooden body of the pencil. Lesson 4. What truly matters is inside. The pencil may look simple from the outside, but its real value is the lead inside. In life, your outer appearance, the way you look, the clothes you wear, none of that defines you. This has a real value. From then, the marful, on the pencil, your real value lies in your inner qualities. Honesty, kindness, discipline, hard work, compassion. These are the things that make a person truly great. Ethan felt something shift inside him. He realized he had been focusing too much on how he looked to others, on achievements and trophies, instead of building his character. Finally, Grandpa placed the pencil down on the table. Lesson 5 is about leaving a mark. No matter where a pencil is used, it leaves a mark behind. Your life is the same. You should strive to leave a positive impact on people through your words, actions, and behavior. Greatness is not measured by fame or wealth. It is measured by the good you leave behind. For a long moment, Ethan sat silently, absorbing every word. The afternoon breeze brushed past his face, and the garden felt peaceful again. Slowly, the heavy weight on his chest started to lift. "So, Grandpa," Ethan said finally, his voice steadier, "being the best doesn't mean achieving something huge or impressive. It means walking the right path, learning from challenges, building good values, and leaving a positive mark." Grandpa's eyes sparkled with pride. "Exactly, my boy. Success is not about shining the brightest in the eyes of the world. It's about shining honestly from within. If your heart is good, your actions kind, and your intentions pure, you are already on the path to greatness." Ethan smiled, a real smile this time. He picked up the pencil, turned it in his hands, and whispered, "I think this simple pencil just changed my life." Grandpa laughed softly and patted his head. "Remember, Ethan, wisdom often hides in the simplest things." And for the first time in many weeks, Ethan's heart felt light, hopeful, and ready to grow.